Well, hi everybody. Merry Christmas. This is Christmas Eve and I just wanted you to know how much I've been missing all of you. I haven't did any videos. I get up every morning thinking I'm going to do one, and I don't know if I get afraid to do them or I get all these hits and I don't. But anyway, my friend Mark told me maybe I should read on next year. I don't know. I got such a long list here. You're probably going to be getting tired of this. I'll probably have to turn it off and turn it back on and do two. Uh, I just haven't had any energy. I don't know if it's because it's the short days or if it's because I'm 80 years old. Could have something to do with it. Uh, Maybe I didn't get excited this year that much because I wasn't going anywhere for Christmas. I was going to go to Boston, and then that got changed when I went in the hospital. And I whatever, still probably could have went if I would have said I wanted to go and set it up, but I didn't, and so I didn't go. I knew the weather would be bad and stuff this time of the year. Anyway, I I want you to know that I love your comments, and I love it when you ask me what to do. Ask me questions. That's what keeps me going is the questions. And I do write them down, and I'm thinking about trying a live feed tomorrow. I know there's a lot of other people doing them. I don't want to interfere with anybody. Well, I guess it doesn't interfere. I guess it still winds down and then goes on the internet. I don't know how it works. I tried one once in the middle of the night about 5 years ago, and it went through, and then it scared me so bad I turned it off. And then I didn't know if it uploaded or if it didn't. So I might try one of those tomorrow and set the camera closer to me and see where I can still reach out to it and maybe take some questions from you guys for the new year. That sounded like it might work good. Um, Although I am supposed to go to dinner over with my grandkids, so I hope I get around to it. I hope I get up and get around and get things done in time. I was going to do this early today, and here it is, 7 or 8 o'clock. So I want to thank everybody that's been watching this channel, everybody that's donated to this channel, everybody that's been, you know, giving me confidence for the last 4 or 5 years to keep doing this. And my name's Lynn, if you've never seen the channel before, and I do tarot card readings, political ones, and it looks like looks like wishes really do come true, that we're going to get some wishes. If we don't get some wishes, then our whole country's screwed anyway, so you can hopefully hope we get our wishes. I'm just trying to figure out what to talk about, where to go with it. I did want to talk about, I guess, the people in the Senate or the House or somewhere is wanting, I just heard this earlier today, is wanting to, the Attorney General to release what was in those classified documents to them, just like that they really need them. They don't do nothing anyway but drag their feet and never get anything passed or never do anything they should do. So all of a sudden they need to see what's in there. No, I don't think they need to see what's in there. Eventually, if it's something they can see, and the ones that have the clearance, yeah. But for just shits and giggles, no, I don't think so. I think they're wanting to leak that stuff out because they know that they got Trump dead to rights there. And they're just trying to interfere with the trial when it comes up, or the case when it comes through. There may not even be a trial. If it was one of us, there wouldn't be a trial. They'd just take us out and frickin' hang us. But anyway, that's how things go. And I want to thank Jackie, because she's probably going to watch this. And I want to thank my friend Henry, who always watches all my videos. And Definitely want to thank Mark Rhodes. He's the one that keeps me going, telling me what to read on and what I should do. That's why I kind of want to do one of these for tomorrow, or maybe I'll do it later tonight since I started this early and just do two of them tonight because I wanted to ask some questions on uh, the year coming up, seeing what's coming through. I don't think I did a yearly deal. I haven't for a long time. I think maybe since last year or the year before. But anyway, I just want you all to know I love you and the people that write to me and the people. And by the way, if you want a personal readings, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. Put your phone number in there and I'll get right back to you. lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. And the readings has an S on it. A lot of people say they can't get a hold of me. It's because they're not putting the S on the readings. But I love doing readings and I'm all caught up. In fact, that's probably why I've been so tired because I haven't been busy. I feel better when I'm busier. And I got all caught up about 3 or 4 days ago, and then I had to go to the doctor 2 days in a row. That's what happens when you're 24 hours early for an appointment. You have to go back the next day. But anyway, it all worked out great. The earliest I had to be clear over by Torrey Pines here in San Diego and forever, because I usually don't make my appointments that early, but they were going to do an echocardiogram, so I was so worried about getting over there. I got up at 6 o'clock because I had to be there at 9:45, and didn't even hit any traffic because I didn't leave here till 9 because I had to be there at 9:45. And my daughter texted me right before I left and wanted me to send her something from I was going to say weed store, but that's not what they're called, the dispensary. And she gave me a list of stuff she wanted me to pick up, and I don't like to drive in traffic, but I had to go right by there to go to the doctor, so I texted her back and told her, yeah, I'll pick it up because I got to go by there anyway. And I was wondering if I'd be too tired by the time I did an echo and then waited and seen the doctor and then driving that and stuff. But I wasn't because I was 24 hours early for the doctor. God. I was so worried about making it there on time, and I walked in and walked out, and they wanted to know what my name was, and I told them, and I said, I hope I'm not late. And they looked around a minute, and they looked up at me, and they says, no, you're actually 24 hours early. So that was my trial run, so that gave me time to stop by the dispensary on the way home, and it also gave me time to know how the traffic was that time of the day, because I usually go later, and the traffic was actually lighter that time of the day. So it worked out perfect, and I went back the next day, and everything came out good. So that was good. And my biggest problem is just being too lazy, and I did go for my walk today, so that was good. I walked about 40 minutes today. So anyway, I want to thank all you guys who do the replies and write me questions and keep me going, because it really helps me. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on, and that's what makes it more confusing for me being a Libra. There's so much stuff going on that I can't even keep up with anybody. Or I'll see something, I'll think, oh, that would be so good, and then there's thousands of other things to read on, so I'm just off and going. But I wanted to talk about this I guess his name's Vladimir Zelensky from Ukraine. I was so impressed with that man. I've been kind of impressed with him for the last year, that he stayed there and held his ground and didn't run away like some of the leaders we've had recently would have and stuff. And I was also impressed because he stood up to Trump earlier, when Trump was the president and he was trying to blackmail him. And I admire him so much more. And I also admire him because he showed up dressed in what they fight the war in over there in their arm. That was like a fatigue to him, like the army fatigues. And I know a couple of, people on Fox News were going on and on about it, calling them welfare queens and insulting them because they didn't show up dressed to the nines. Well, if you're in the middle of a war and you sneak out of the country to come over here and address the president and in the Congress, maybe you don't have time to bring a entourage and have them bring all your clothes and stuff. That's just the way life. That's the way real life is. But they're so full of shit, Fox News anyway. So so anyway, I just wanted to say how proud I was and how much I loved his speech, and we're all, if you didn't like it, that's fine. But and then what tore me up the most about it was Tucker Carlson calling him a welfare queen and talking about how we're being invaded, but we don't want to help ourselves, but we'll help them. Like these poor refugees at the border are bombing us and coming over and blowing our buildings up and taking territory. They're people that believe this stuff. I don't know where their mind is. It's like nobody ever gave them power of cause and effect or any kind of reasoning. But anyway, they listen to these propagandists like that, and if they really thought, they couldn't believe it. But I don't even think they think. I think they just think, well, whatever, how that goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend or something like that. But it just blows me away. And now they're bringing these people up from Fox News and interviewing them for that, not interviewing them, on the witness stand for that case against those voting machines. I can't think of their name right off the top of my head. And they're asking, like Tucker Carlson and that other square-headed dude, what's his name? Hannity, if they thought any of that stuff was true, and they say, and Hannity even said it twice, no way did I think it was true. So he's already, what he's admitted should already win. God, I can't remember the name of that company, but it should have already won them won this trial for him. But of course, it's not over yet. But it looks like they're really going to have to pay. I hope they have to pay so much that it actually hurts them. I don't know how much that would have to be for as rich as Rupert Murdoch is. But anyway, so that's going on there. So I had Scott Perry on here. I think that's been from a week ago, and how much trouble was he in Pennsylvania, but I don't know. Yeah, the Russians are killing everybody in Ukraine they can get to or get their hands on, and they're trying to, stupid effing Republicans in the House and Senate are trying to compare that to refugees trying to get over the border because their families are in danger or starving. That just blows me away. Just blows my mind, because I live here in California and I live very close to the border, and I lived right on the border almost most of my life, 10 miles away from it. And it's not like the nightmare that they put out there. It needs to be fixed. We need some bills. We need to work on immigration worse than anything. Which could happen if we ever had the Republicans and Democrats got along and still knew how to deal like they used to. But anyway, the bullshit they put out is just so deep, I can't believe it. I can't believe anybody would believe it. And then the first thing I think I'm going to read on, I am so impressed with this Cassidy woman, Hutchison. And you know who I'm talking about. It was the one that, so let's do her first, Cassidy Hutchison, because what I want to see is what her future looks like. I just want to draw a whole Celtic cross on her, and just to see. She impresses me so much. She's 26 years old. And I know when I was 26 years old, I already had I had my first baby at 17. I already had a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old or 8-year-old, and I thought I was all grown up. But I don't think nobody had the courage to do what she's doing or not. And I'm so proud of her. And I just wanted to, you know. So anyway, so I'm going to do a reading on her. So I'm going to start with the cards, and I'm going to quit talking so much. Although you know me, I'm going to be talking. I don't know how to do a video without talking too much. But let's see what's going to happen with her life. I'm going to take my regular cards instead of my political cards. The ones I usually read for people independent, the ones I read for every day instead of my other cards. I can't shuffle them as well because they're stiff. This is the deck that Mark sent me that Lena and the lady from Australia and the other young lady that's Rose something from Canada did. Man, I never realized how much every time I've got my camera set up different, how much every time I touch this table it's going to make it jump. Maybe it'll keep me awake. But anyway, so her name's Cassidy Hutchison, and she was Mark Meadows' secretary or whatever. She was maybe not a secretary, but she was right down the hall from all this, and she knew more what was. And she's the one that they sent that lawyer in there, Trump's lawyer, to say he, whatever, didn't even tell her who was paying him and was wanting her to lie. So, and she decided not to. After, I guess, first of all, she said she didn't remember a few things, and then she just decided to go back in and tell him everything she knew when she changed lawyers. So, so I'm so proud of her because I'm thinking of myself at that age, and I just don't know if I'd have had the courage to do that. So let's see how her life's going to go because of this. I think she'll probably go down the history books. That's what I'm thinking. And it will be very good. And, unless our whole country goes to hell and the Nazis take over, they might make her a villain. But let's say we're not going to go there. Let's say we're going to get out of here with everything intact. So that's a good way to see is to see what her future is going to be, to see how intact things are going to be. So let's look at this. So this is Kathy Hutchison. Kathy Hutchison. Kathy Hutchison. If I can do this without dropping. Queen of Pentacles. Does that mean she's going to end up writing a book? That would be good. Maybe. Stick that back in there. That's just what happened to fall out was the Queen of Pentacles. And then I had a Queen of Cups here. Wonder what her birth sign is. She's very loving and kind. I know Hope Hicks was a Libra like me, so she had her mind at that age on men so much. And maybe she's seen her self-worth in men, who knows. But I guess she finally came through and spoke truth to power. Maybe. We'll find out more about that later. I can't wait for all this to come out so I can watch it all. I just have to make sure I don't go down that rabbit hole of YouTube. And it's not always even politics, but I don't even go for a walk or something. I'll just get stuck in my chair and sit there all day. And believe me, I'm too old for that. 2 days sitting in the chair sets me back 5 years. So that's why I made myself go walking tonight before I even started this. So Kathy Hutchison, you little sweet girl, let's see what's in front of you. What's coming up for you in your life down the road the next few years? What's coming up? The Chariot. It's a signifier. So you're going to be on the move. Your life is definitely really, really changing. You're worried at the present time. kind of about if you'll ever have a job where you can make good money again. You're holding your any money you have saved or with you. I think she lives with her parents really close to your chest. I don't know why I think she lives with her parents. I heard that somewhere. Excuse me. Now I got the hiccups, I think. Because her memory's so precise, and because she ends up being highly regarded, the information that she's got stored, maybe even in notes or written down, this is something where she's got a record. So I do see her writing a book. Got the Two of Pentacles is the past influence on the present. So I think she's not the only one. I'm feeling like that lawyer that came and told her the less she knows, the better. That's a quick way of saying everything he told her. Either he talked to somebody else or some other lawyers paid by Trump talked to some of these lower people that they knew enough to get them all in trouble. So I think there's some backup coming on her story about the one that just came out. And, of course, probably also the one about that FBI butthole that, said he didn't tell her that when he did. He was Trump's personal guy. So anyway, let's go see. And above the reading, we've got the Two of Wands. So she's definitely got opportunities that will be coming to her if she doesn't get in a hurry and just takes the high road, which she started doing, and stays there. I think it's going to, her life is going to change, but hopefully for the better. Let's see. We got Temperance in the near future, so maybe we won't find out about this right away. I'd sure like to find out about this. We're all so tired of waiting for justice. I know why these people that are even lawyers are getting, and they understand how slow it turns, and they're all getting upset. But we got Temperance in her near future, so she's just going to have to take a deep breath and settle down and realize that everything in its own time and its own season. In the 7th house, which is her personal house and what's going on inside, she's really worried about people judging her. She's wondering what people are going to think of her, and she's, but they're going to think a hell of a lot better of her now than if she'd have kept lying, and they would have found out if they do any real investigation of this thing at all. They would have found that out eventually. And the energy around this new beginnings, it is maybe because she was foolish. She's into new beginnings because of what this did. She's off on a new life and going a new direction and in a new way. And she actually takes her power back by doing this. It's like nobody's going to F with her anymore because they're going to know better. They're going to realize that just because she's beautiful and she's a woman and she's young doesn't mean she's stupid. She's still getting offers, maybe in a roundabout way, but she's going to have some offers coming up that she doesn't want to take. Maybe that's right over here next to what I thought might be a book deal. So that could have something to do with that. But when she does come out and tell all, it's going to be like lowering the boom. And there ain't nobody going to mess with her. So this is what I feel for her, is that she's definitely on a journey. Maybe to self-realization, who knows. She's really worried about money. She's holding it close to her chest. But she does realize that she's not stupid. She knows she's got enough information that someday she could write a book or something that nobody else could write. if everybody's not so sick of hearing about all this shit, they don't even want to read it. If we ever get rid of all these assholes, I don't think I ever want to hear about any of them again. But that's just me. There's other people, historians and stuff that would really be interested. I'm just an old lady who can't even think straight. But she's still got some people trying to pull her chain and get to her and don't want her to talk. She knows she needs to look at other opportunities and not get in a hurry and not worry so much about people judging her, because her life is starting over again. And I don't think there's anybody going to mess with her. And I think there is people that like people that are loyal and truthful. So she's going to get a lot of offers to choose from. And when her story comes out, it's just going to lower the boom. It's just going to lower the boom on these people. So it looks like she's going to have really guard herself in the future and make enough money to put money back for retirement and stuff. So she's going to end up having income coming into her. More so than she even expected. So looky there, that's great. So it looks like by her coming through, doing what she's supposed to do, that she might end up, they were promising her jobs, just like, got another opinion coming up here, why they're, they're the ones that are wanting McCarthy leading the House are the ones that are in big trouble. Marjorie Taylor Greene and some of those other people, because they figure on the slow chance, I don't know what their brains are for shit right now, but they're still thinking maybe if Trump got back in there, he could save them. And the way to do that is to get McCarthy in there or something, because he's a Trump backer. So that might be some of this fighting going on about what's going on in the House, about who's going to lead it. Between the cannibals that are in there, when they're eating each other alive right now. But I seen this coming. I'm sure if you look back through my videos, you'll see that I said they were going to be jumping ship and seeing who could throw who under the bus the quickest, and that's what is coming. And second, I wasn't going to go to Trump this quick, but I keep seeing him trying to run away, trying to hide, it's like, first I seen him like going to Saudi Arabia for one of those golf tournaments or something and then not coming back. But if you can believe all the bullshit that you hear in the news and on the media, they said that Saudi Arabia's already told him that they don't want him. Now, I don't know where this came from or if it's true or whatever, but I've heard that they don't want him. Sorry about the camera moving so much. It's a new way I decided to set this up, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. Trump, is he looking for somewhere to go? Because he knows everything's closing in on him. But I'm not going to run these good cards reading on Trump with these. Let me try. I haven't used these in ages. I used to always use these for politics. But is he looking for somewhere to go? Is he trying to figure out where he's going to go to get out of the country? Somewhere where they definitely don't have extradition. But does he know? Does he realize how much doo-doo he's actually in? Obviously he doesn't, because he's like I said, like the little chick in the pile of shit, and he doesn't know to shut his damn mouth and quit tweeting, and pretty soon a coyote comes along and eats him because he keeps sticking his head up out of the shit and tweeting. But I used to love that story years ago. And I haven't heard it in so long. I'm not sure how it is, but anyway. So this is for Trump. One more time. Signifier is a queen of coins. I've never got her for his signifier before. I think this must be America coming after him. Everybody's trying to give him advice. Or maybe not everybody, but the people that he can get to talk to him still. And they're having debates about what would be the best thing for him to do. Some even more so. There's some people that he's being angry about and mad about. And like I said, he's angry and mad and trying to pick fights with everybody. We got the Seven of Cups here for the foundation. So he still thinks that he's got lots of options, even if they come after him hard and strong. So he hasn't totally given up yet. He thinks he's got options. And which is interesting. Still thinks he can pull a rabbit out of a hat when he can't pour piss out of a boot. But anyway, in the past, he had his family supporting him. That's a strange place for the family card to show up, unless they're not supporting him at all anymore. It looks like they've blocked him now. They're afraid he's going to get in trouble, so they're getting as far away from him as they can get. I think that's what's going on there with the Two of Swords up in the sky on this reading. Well, if he's going to run pretty quick. Whatever. I mean, this is in the near future. I think this is him trying to go somewhere. He's going somewhere, or he's got it in his mind to go somewhere. He's wanting to go somewhere. Maybe trying to figure out where to go and how to get there and what would be back of it. This is a weird card. And we got the Ten of Cups, which is the family card, in his seventh house, which is his house. And I think all the readings I've ever done on him, I don't think the family card's ever come up in his seventh house, which is him. So I think he's finally starting to realize that he's pushed this so far that he's even lost some of his children's backing. Now, I don't know if that's just Jared, who's probably going to end up trying to get out of the country himself before this is over. That's what I'm just now being told. And Ivanka or whatever, but on some levels, he knows. I don't know who would end up. I've heard other people say that Don Jr. would back him when everybody else wouldn't, but I don't know. Most people that, maybe because he just can't imagine himself buttering his own bread. Eric is, I'm not sure, he's got both oars in the water. When some of the things I hear him say. But anyway, we'll see. But anyway, this is a family card, and it's in his house. So he's thinking about his family. I don't think he's worried about what he's done, what what danger he's put them in. They all might be in jail before it's over. Just because I can't see him in jail, but I can see his two boys in jail, the two oldest ones. I know Ivanka's singing like a little canary, so I don't think she'll be in jail. I don't know, but I feel like she is. So this is the government coming after his family. That's the energy around that card. It's finally hitting that he hadn't only got himself in trouble, he's got them in trouble too. So that's what it is. This is the Merrick Garland and all of them coming after his family. This is big government. This isn't small judges and small indictments. This is maybe on those secret papers or what? Not secret. Well, they were secret, but anyway, maybe on some of the papers he stole. So we got he is worried about going to jail. This is my jail card for this deck for me. And yeah, he's worried about he's finally for the first time fearing maybe ending up in jail. And yet he knows in his own head, or he don't think anybody would ever lock him up. And there's no way to lock him up like in a jail. They could put him in the nut house and take away all of his ability to do mobile phones and that kind of stuff. That would be a blessing. But the energy around this, the outcome is him going up the river or down the river, whatever, is him going to jail. We got the jail and him going. Let's see. I'm going to draw one more. He's laying awake night worrying about it already. And then we got the Nine of Cups in there. He can't change his tune now. I don't think nobody's going to believe him if he comes out with religion now. All of a sudden say I'm saved. And here's Mike. Michael's watching over this, so he's gonna bring justice. He will definitely bring justice. So this is the United States. This is the big coming after him. This is the bickering going on around him. This is the choices he still thinks he has. This is the family from the past that he knows he hasn't got their backup like he did before. They're trying to block him and get further and further away from him, at least Jared and Ivanka and some of them. This is him thinking about walking away, trying to walk away pretty darn quick because it's in the near future. This is him thinking about his family, or actually maybe thinking about his family. I think this is him thinking about his family turning on him, or knowing that somebody already has, because we got Merrick Garland right underneath on this family card. Then we got him worrying about going to jail. We got him going down the river like he is, going to some kind of lockup. I know he'll never be in a regular jail. And he's thinking about this. He's wondering if they might really try to pull this off, or if they could do it, because there's so many different things coming after him. And he's not, he's not too bright, but he can't be that freaking stupid that he doesn't know that he's in deep, deep shit. So he still thinks he can get out of this because he was the president once, but here comes justice coming in for him. Comes Michael with a sword. Michael with a sword. And there's the offer. They'd probably make him an offer if he just wants to go. They won't put him in jail if he just wants to make a confession. Mainly, they need him himself out of his mouth telling people what an asshole he is before they even put him in the nut house. So this is this is like the deal. And they're already working on it. So they already have a backup plan what to do with him if he's convicted of a bunch of stuff. And they're working on it hard, and they've already got it all laid out. And I really think if they do um, start taking him to different, arrest him, or whatever, indict him, and start doing stuff, that he's definitely going to lose. They're going to come in and just, he won't be able to protect himself at all, not in a real court, not if he has to talk or if he has to be there or whatever. So it looks like he knows he's in shit, that's what I'm saying. He's already hurting. So anyway, I was thinking about doing a live deal tomorrow or something, but the reason I don't do live is you got to have people on to monitor your channel. And I don't even know how to do that. I don't know how to ask somebody to monitor me, or what I push to get them to monitor, to let them be able, in case somebody starts saying a bunch of crap, I guess, so they can get it off there, because YouTube don't want that kind of stuff on there. So I don't know how that's done. If I knew how that's done, I'd try some lives and see if I could talk back to you people, because I'd love to do that sometimes. Like I said, I tried to go, well, I went live once, 2 or 3 years ago, for about 10 minutes, and it made me really nervous. But I had a smaller computer then, and I couldn't see anything that was coming up. I could see that there was a feed coming through. Okay, so let's see what else I might have on here. I think everybody's read on Elon Musk for the coming year. But let's see. Let's read on Musk. Elon Musk for the coming year. I'll use these cards right here for it. Elon Musk for the coming year. I'm not going to maybe do a real long one, because I don't care that much about him, but just how this has to do with Twitter and what's going on with Twitter. Let's do it that way. Here's somebody pounding on something upstairs. I have a new lady living upstairs, and she moves her furniture overnight. I don't know if it's, she's been doing it all of her life, or if it's something to do with getting older. Since I lived in the home I had an apartment upstairs. It was an old 2-story house, beautiful 2-story house, and I used to call those a craft house or something like that. But anyway, so I'm used to noise upstairs, but it seems like every time I do a massage here, or start doing a reading or something, is when the noise starts coming in. So we're doing this on Elon Musk. I'm just going to do a short reading on him. I'm going to start with the past influence. Maybe not. Let's just do a whole one on him, because I started with the Tower for the signifier. So it looks like he's ready to crash and burn. It's something to do with him. He thinks it would benefit him some way if Trump was to get back in office. This is really weird. Maybe he feels like he'd like somebody in the presidency that's more full of bullshit than he is. Anyway, this is an offer that's being made to him, and maybe this is by was it the people from Qatar and the people from Saudi Arabia that invested money with him when he was looking for money after he made that stupid deal for Twitter? So maybe it's something to do with them making him an offer that he has to do something. And we got the 2 of Swords back, so what he has to do. whatever they're wanting to do, he don't want to do it. Maybe get out of there. Uh, I got the 5 of coins in the sky. So this is really putting him out in the cold. He's made some really bad business deals. He's nervous and he's worried, and he's even worried about, I don't know how bad these deals are. I think maybe he thinks if they could come after Trump, they could come after him for something. It's like on some level, he even knows that deserves to be in jail. And here comes some, I'm not going to call this the law or indictments, but it's like regulators. Somebody to make sure that he's following the rules. I can't believe that. They can't even get anybody that knows how to figure out income tax in the IRS. This is really ridiculous what's going on with our government. I will say that. But looks like somebody's coming to inspect something, and he's really worried about it. Is that something to do with, we got the Tower and we got the Ten of Swords right in his 7th house. So sometimes this is a personal danger even. Man, is he pissed off a whole country or something? He's really worried. Something to do about his welfare and his health. We got the Queen of Cups over his health. So whatever happens, he still thinks he can get out of it. That's the energy he feels like is around it. Queen of Cups. And then we got the King of Cups in his hopes and fears. Is he, he's got grown kids with their families and stuff, because I've heard some of those have even been upset with him. Don't talk to him. Maybe this is an ex-wife or something, this Queen of Cups over his Ten of Swords. Maybe she knows enough on him to put him away forever. And here's the law coming after him. Now, I wasn't expecting these cards because this is the first time I've ever read on Elon Musk in my life. So I'm going to go back through these cards and see if I can make some more sense out of them. We got the Tower. So he's kind of been in trouble for a while. This didn't just pop up because this is in the signifier. Maybe it's because of his planets or something going on, but it's like his luck has changed. Almost like he's in the same cylinder that Trump is or something there. And that's one reason he was backing Trump. He's thinking maybe he could make a deal with somebody or offer somebody some information to block him getting in trouble. And this is like regulation and kind of law coming after him. This is in his 7th house. We got the Ten of Swords after having the Tower in his 1st house. And then we got the Ten of Cups. So the Queen of Cups. Maybe he feels like if he can get popular enough with the right people that America or whatever will come in and save his ass if he does get in trouble. But then we got the King of Cups. So, and there's somebody getting him trouble. It's somebody that knows something about him, like an ex-wife or his children or his family. Somebody close that he gave way too much trust to and too much information. And here comes the heavy law after him. So I wouldn't be surprised if they really start doing some justice for these people in power. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not right in the middle of some huge lawsuits from looking at this. So maybe there's a lot more coming down the pike. I mean, I know he's got all these government loans, and they give him money just like a welfare king. Talk about call him Zelensky a welfare king. Look at this guy, all the money that the government's given him to make his space shots and all this kind of shit. And they can't even keep the people well or have them with any kind of medical care in the country. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's just my opinion, and we know what they're like. Opinions are just like buttholes. Everybody's got one. So let's see who else I'm going to read. I'm going to get out of those cards. George Santos. This is that guy from New York. I was trying to figure out who in the hell is George Santos. Pretty sure this is the guy from New York who got into Congress, and nothing matches up. I mean, it's like he's a Manchurian candidate or something, because it's not like he lied on a few forms or he lied even about all of his parentage, all of his ancestry. He lied about being married. It looks like he lied about being gay. It's almost like Trump. He can't open up his mouth without lying. But this is too clever by far. It's almost like that the old "catch me if you can" guy. I guess they've even been talking about that on TV. But it's more like I think it's more like a Manchurian candidate. It's like you just don't make up the kind of shit he did and make up a background like he did when you really see all the trouble he has been in through the years. Unless I think he's a Russian plant. So that's what I'm going to ask. I don't really care about his life right now, what's happened, like I know before or after anyway, but I think he's a Russian plant. Let's see. Hope that camera don't fall off. Every time I touch this table, it jerks. Anyway, George Santos. God, I can't believe how inept the Democratic Party is. Why don't they check some of these assholes out? And he beat a Democrat. They should have went in and checked everything behind him when he first started running. And that's not even the first time he's ran. That's the second time. So that just shows they're not doing their due diligence. And then we wonder, I don't know. So George Santos, are you going to get thrown out of Congress? That's what I'm going to ask. Are you going to get indicted and thrown out, or are they going to take a deep look at you and see what's going on? I heard that the Attorney General of New York is looking at him, but New York's kind of got a lot of Republican money running around in it right on the surface since they got rid of the Democratic governor who was actually a Republican, always voted with the Republicans all his life. The other butt grabber, I can't think of his name now. His brother used to be on CNN. Oh, Blue Eyes on CNN. He was gorgeous to look at. His brother was, not him. But anyway, this is George Santos. I want to get the... So are you going to get kicked out of Congress? And I'm just going to draw 4 cards on this. I'm not going to go into this deep. All kinds of false offers before. False stories, false offers in the past. In the present, you're sitting pretty. You're in Congress. Look at this, in the United States Congress. And that this is also sometimes a Russian card. Hmm. Interesting, because that's in the present. Maybe he's in Congress working for Russia. If somebody does take him down, it's going to be women lawyers. It's going to be because females push this instead of males. I don't know why we got the women toasting as the challenge. And in the future, we've got him holding his money close. I'm going to see if I can draw another card over that. This looks like an exposure of all. They're going to find out where all this money came from, because that's another thing. He went from being totally broke to loaning his own campaign $70,000 or 70. Or, I can't remember what it was. It was a lot of money. Maybe it was 70 million. I don't know. So it was a lot of money. He owned 400,000 or something like. I don't remember what it was. It was a lot. So they're going to find out where this money came from. Looky here. And they're going to find out the underhanded contracts he had with people. Justice is coming after his ass. And he is going to be thrown out. I don't know how quick. But they are going to research him, and he's going to be out of there. So that's what's happening. He was made an offer, probably from Russia. He took it and got in. Everybody was toasting him for being in. Now the challenge is, now that they're checking his money, they're going to find out what kind of contracts he had, and here's big justice coming after him. And here's him going away. Doesn't look like he's going away to jail, but it looks like he's getting the F out of Congress. So that sounds great. So I don't know how long I've been talking, people, but it's probably too damn long. So, but let me go on. I'll go on and read some more. As long as, like, that's one thing about these tarot readings, the ones I watch this long. Sometimes I turn them off and come back and watch the rest of them if I'm interested and if I'm bored. And it is Christmas, and there's not anything regular on TV, so I'll make this a little bit longer. Although it's been an hour already. I was just looking up there at it. I don't want it to go much over an hour. So let me see what else I can find on here. So we kind of know that where this is going, that plots to kill the FBI agents, and that was an Edward Kelly and an Austin Carter. And they had 37 of them, people that they on a list they were going to kill. It's kind of like an upside down MAGA world. I can't explain it, but it's really ridiculous. Obviously, I guess they didn't get in too much trouble. They've already been tried for their deal on January 6th. Let me cover that up so I don't have that ugly hole there. So they've already been tried for that. And I guess got off of it. Oh, no, they didn't get off of it. They were waiting for sentencing, I think. But they found out that they had these plots to kill all these FBI agents. So they've already, I think, arrested them on that. I hope they've arrested them. But I just want to know what they were thinking. I don't want to waste a lot of time or energy on these assholes, but what in the hell were they thinking? Because they got away with the first one, or almost got away, or think they're going to get away, or they didn't think they were going to get away, and they just went back in there to do some damage. Like, if we're going to jail, we might as well go to jail. I mean, who knows? These guys might be just, you know, they can't be the sharpest tools in the shed, or they wouldn't be in that predicament to start with. But maybe they ought to get Jenny Thomas to go with them and do their last hurrah. She's about as batshit crazy as all of them. This is for YouTube and entertainment only. Fun and entertainment only. Please don't take anything I say serious. Trump's feeling really bad. I do pick up on that because he's been living inside of my brain rent free for the last 4 or 5 years, and I pick up on his emotions and stuff. And I think that's one reason, maybe why I've been so low energy the last couple of days. I even had a drink tonight. I hadn't had a drink since I don't know. I had one on Thanksgiving, and then I think I had one about 2 weeks ago. I had a little bit of wine with dinner when I went over to my daughter's house. But I just been so low energy. I thought, well, I drink Dr. Pepper and rum sometimes. I mean, I don't drink it, but if I'm whatever, can't say I never drink it. But anyway, I had some rum that I've been putting in some keto ice cream I've been making to keep it from freezing too hard. And I thought, well, just pour a heavy shot of that. And I even went to the store and bought a Diet Dr. Pepper, where I don't like to keep that stuff around because I get addicted to it, and then it's not good for your bones, and that's the last thing I need. So anyway, we'll let that go. I'm just gonna do a short one on these guys for the FBI. What in the hell were they thinking? Well, to start with, they're crazy. That's the past influence on the present. I don't know what their upbringing was, but they're crazy. Injustice is got them right now. The challenge is they might find out where the money came from for these guys. Look at this. And we got the Queen of Wands here. It looks like they're going to have a female judge. And they're screwed. We got the Four of Swords. Yeah, they're going to be going to jail for a long time. We got the Fool here, which is new beginnings. Going to be some new beginnings. They're going to jail. So you knew that anyway. But I thought it might tell more about what was going on in their mind. But those cards didn't seem to have much in there, except that they were batshit delusional. It started out with the moon. So that's what was going on there. Ghost of Christmas Past. I put that in there. Wonder if he's visiting Trump tonight. It's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. I don't even think I told anybody Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you're all doing good and having a beautiful Christmas. Okay, there was over 200 attempts to set up fake electors. We know he's got to be, I'm not reading on Trump again, he's got to be going to jail for some of this stuff. Well, this Stefan Prestino, this lawyer that was trying to get the other girl I read on, Cassidy Hutchinson, to lie. Is he just going to actually end up in jail? That's what I'm going to ask. We know he's in trouble. Everyone wants to know if he's going to get disbarred. I want to know if he's going to get justice. What's going to happen to him? Let's see. I'm just going to do 4 across for him. I'm not going to do a long turnout. Or maybe I'll start with a near pat. Maybe I'll draw 6. Let's see. Past. Well, he wasn't doing too good in the past until he got hooked up with wherever he is now. In the present, he'd just like to get away. You know, I guess he did just pull out of the law firm, although I was thinking it was his law firm. I heard somebody say it was somebody else's, but anyway, maybe somebody could let me know. The challenge is, did he just tell her, or did he tell somebody else, or did they do this for more than one person? Looks like Michael coming for justice here. He's in deep shit. Deep shit, deep shit. He knows he's in deep shit. Okay, this is in his future. Got the Five of Cups. They're going to make him a deal in case he wants to talk. He's going to say no, he don't want the deal. But the big boots, the big guns are coming after him, and he's screwed. So I asked if what's going to happen, and it was an opportunity he thought to make money because he felt like he was out in the cold before he got connected with these assholes. He's walked away from where he's at now, but that's not going to protect him. He thought it might protect him, but he's already knowing better. And he's got the Five of Cups here. Here they come after him. They make him an offer, and he says no. But it doesn't help him anyway because here's a big justice like the AG and the Ten of Swords in his back. So he's in deep doo-doo too. Anyway, these cards are all running the same way. They're all in deep doo-doo. I just feel like I'm telling the same story over and over again. Well, I already gave my opinion about that. I don't need to read on it about the Mar-a-Lago documents. Anyway, I just want to tell everybody Merry Christmas. And everybody that's been so good coming to me for card readings, I just absolutely love doing it. So if you want your cards read, get a hold of me. And I love doing it, and I like helping people. So, but I'm also not stupid. So, whatever. If anybody out there, whatever. I'm not going to say anymore. Anyway, I love reading cards for people. And I just, it takes a lot out of me when I do the personal readings because I usually do over an hour, and then a lot of times people still keep asking me questions, and I'll even go more, about an hour and 15 minutes. And so I don't mind doing it. I love doing it. But then some, whatever, I'm going to let it go there. It's Christmas, and I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, and to bless y'all, and thank y'all, and thank you for helping my channel, and any donations you've made to my channel, or any time you've had me read for you. I just want you to know how appreciated it is, and I've got an open slate if anybody wants readings, and I've had a lot of people tell me I don't charge enough, but I charge exactly what I feel like I should, so I'm not changing my prices. And I just love you all, and if anybody'd like a reading, please get a hold of me. And Merry Christmas and good night, everybody, and Namaste.